The Great Command Nexus aboard the flagship Vernox Glory was abuzz with activity as General Xylox, Supreme Commander of the Zelvath Imperium's forces, reviewed the latest intelligence reports. The Zelvath were an ancient and powerful race, renowned for their ruthlessness and tactical prowess. For centuries, they had expanded their empire by subjugating weaker civilizations. But now they faced a new opponent, humanity. When the humans first emerged on the galactic stage, the Zelvath had dismissed them as another backwater species destined to be crushed under their war machine. Yet, after their initial skirmishes, Xylox had begun to notice, unease rippling through his fleet, that humanity was different. On this day, Xylox received the transmission that would change his life. The hologram flickered to life, displaying the human forces in terrifying clarity. The humans stood on a scorched battlefield, their powered exosuits gleaming under the dim light of a dying star. Each suit was a masterpiece of engineering, blending raw power with elegant efficiency. But it wasn't the technology that struck Xylox. It was the humans themselves. Their faces, though partially obscured by their helmets, radiated a ferocity that made his mandibles tighten involuntarily. Their movements were precise, almost unnervingly so, as if every step, every motion was calculated for maximum effect, and their eyes, even through the hologram, burned with an intensity that sent shivers down his spines. "These are the humans," Xylox murmured, his voice a low, gravelly rumble. His adjutant, a young Zelvath officer named Orlick, nodded nervously. "Yes, Supreme General. This footage was captured during the Battle of Epsilon V, and we lost." Xylox's tone was more incredulous than accusatory. "Yes, sir. Despite superior numbers and firepower, our forces were overwhelmed. The humans, they fought like—" Orlick hesitated, searching for the right words, like they had nothing to lose. Xylox studied the footage, his compound eyes narrowing. The humans advanced relentlessly even as explosions erupted around them and comrades fell. There was a raw, almost primal determination in their every action. And then there was their teamwork, silent, seamless, as if they were one organism instead of many. Later that night, Xylox sat alone in his quarters, replaying the footage over and over. He couldn't shake the image of the human soldiers from his mind. He had seen countless species fight, from the insectoid Kravath swarms to the towering Grelkin brutes, but none of them had ever made him feel inadequate. What drives them? He wondered aloud. The Zelvath fought for conquest, for glory, for the expansion of their empire. But the humans, they fought as if every battle were their last stand, as if the fate of their entire species depended on their actions. Unable to quell his curiosity, Xylox accessed the galactic archives and began researching humanity. What he discovered left him both awestruck and deeply unsettled. Their history was a tapestry of triumph and tragedy, of wars and revolutions, of creation and destruction. They were a species that had faced extinction countless times, and had always clawed their way back. They were not the strongest, nor the fastest, nor the most advanced, but they were survivors, and they never, ever gave up. The next morning, Xylox called a meeting of his senior officers. The tension in the room was palpable as they gathered around the central command table, the holographic display showing a detailed map of human-controlled space. "We cannot win this war," Xylox announced, his voice cutting through the silence like a blade. The officers exchanged shocked glances. Orlick was the first to speak. "Supreme General, with all due respect, our forces are superior in every measurable way. The humans are merely—" "They are not merely anything," Xylox interrupted, his tone brooking no argument. "They are the most dangerous adversary we have ever faced." The room erupted in chaos. Cries of protest and disbelief filled the air as the officers tried to process what they had just heard. Xylox raised a clawed hand for silence. "My decision is final. I will not lead our people into a war we cannot win. Effective immediately, I am stepping down as Supreme General." "And what will you do?" Orlick asked hesitantly. Xylox looked at the holographic image of Earth, its blue and green surface shimmering like a jewel in the void. "I am going to Earth." Xylox's departure from the Zelvath military was swift and unceremonious. Within days, he had boarded a small, unmarked vessel and set a course for human space. His decision baffled his former comrades and enraged the Zelvath High Council, but Silox didn't care. For the first time in his life, he felt a sense of purpose that went beyond conquest and domination. The journey to Earth was long and fraught with danger, as the Zelvath were still technically at war with humanity. But Xylox's skills as a tactician served him well, allowing him to evade patrols and navigate treacherous starfields. When he finally arrived in Earth's orbit, he sent a simple message to the human authorities. "I am Silox, former Supreme General of the Zelvath Imperium. I come in peace. I wish to learn what it means to be human." The humans were understandably skeptical. Xylox was taken into custody and interrogated for days, his every word scrutinized. But as he shared his story and explained his decision, the humans began to see